sleeping fast.
You need to use as a link material. You can only use monsters that meet the specifications. Decode Talker is a link 3 monster, so it requires 3 link materials. It also says you need to use 2 plus effect monsters to summon.
Yeah.
That means that all of the monsters you use as a link material must be effect
Playing with these kind of cards.
And even if you use monsters that count as more than 1 link material, you can never send fewer than 2 monsters to the graveyard to link summon Decode Talker. Now, let's try link summoning Decode Talker. If you use a link monster as a link material, you can choose to count it as more than 1 link material. If you do, use its link rating instead of 1 when you're counting up your link materials.
Yeah, I believe so.
Let's say you have Honeybot and Link Slayer on your field, and you want to link summon Decode Talker. Honeybot is a link 2 monster, so you can count it as 2 link materials. That means you only need 1 more effect monster to reach the 3 link materials required to link summon Decode Talker.
Yeah.
So with Honeybot counting as 2 link materials, you can send it and Link Slayer to the graveyard to link summon Decode Talker.
That's getting long.
The Pendulum Zone has also been moved in the new dual field. The Pendulum Zones are now integrated into the leftmost and rightmost spell and trap zones. You can still only have a maximum of 5 cards in your spell and trap zone. So don't forget that if you're planning to Pendulum Summon. These are all the major changes to the official rules of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading Card game. Now that you know what's new and different, it's time to duel.
Probably can help both of us.
Oh, please.
The Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading Card game is always changing to make your duels the best they can be. Here's what's changing as we enter the next era of Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh boy, that's getting annoying.
There are 2 major changes you should know about. First, the layout of the duel field is changing, and second, there are new monsters called Link Monsters. First, let's take a look at the new and improved duel field. Here it is. The biggest change is the extra monster zones, which are the 2 new zones in the center of the map. Monsters that are special summoned from the extra deck are summoned to these zones. If both extra monster zones are empty, you get to choose which one you want to use when you special summon from your extra deck. So if you special summon a Fusion, Synchro, Xyz, or Pendulum monster from your extra deck, you summon it in the extra monster zone. Normally, you are only allowed to use one of the extra monster zones at a time, but that doesn't mean you can only control 1 monster that you special summon from the extra deck. There's a new kind of monster that can let you special summon monsters from your extra deck to your main monster zones, and they're called Link Monsters.
Get that card.
What are Link Monsters?
Draconet.
Link Monsters start the duel in your extra deck. The red arrows are called Link Arrows. Link Monsters apply special effects to the cards and zones that Link Arrows point to.
Alright. My turn.
Link Monsters have no level or rank. They also don't have defense moves and can never be in defense position or face down. Let's see a Link Monster in action. Normally, if you already have a monster in your extra monster zone, you wouldn't be able to special summon any more monsters from your extra deck. But if you have a Link Monster, you can special summon monsters from your extra deck to your main monster zone that its Link arrows point to.
Summon Draconet.
Link monster
This card is normal summon. You special summon 1 level 2 or lower monster from your hand or deck.
You can unlock even more zones to special summon more extra deck monsters. Using Link Monsters will help you to summon many powerful boss monsters and defeat your opponent. Summoning a Link Monster from your extra deck is called a Link Summon. Link Summon sends face-up monsters from your field to the graveyard and the Link materials to summon a Link Monster from the extra deck. Link monster has a link rating that tells you how many link materials you need to send to the graveyard to link summon.
I'm gonna link summon. First one of the. Alright, so
Each link
link
monster
summon.
tells you what kind of monsters you need to use as the link material.
Link
You
spider.
can only use monsters that meet the specification.
By one normal monster.
Decode Talker
And then
is
it
a Link
says
3
once
monster.
per turn you can special summon one level 4 lower normal monster from your hand.
To use 2+
I don't have
monsters to
a
summon.
normal monster.
That means that all of the monsters you use as link materials must be effect monsters. And even if you use monsters that count as more than one link material, you can never send fewer than 2 monsters to the graveyard to link summon Decode Talker. Now, let's
Guess I'll
try
equip
link
him with
summoning
this.
Decode Talker.
Gains 800 attack and defense for each monster you control.
If you use a link monster as a link material, you can choose to count it as more than one link material. If you do, use its
oh
link
man,
rating
should I
instead
attack
of
them?
1 when you're counting up your link
How much
material.
attack does he have?
21.
This guy would be at.
Let's say you have Honeybot and Link Slayer on your field, and you want to link summon Decode Talker. Honeybot is a Link 2 monster, so you can count it as 2 link materials. That means you only need 1 more effect monster to reach the 3 link materials required to link summon Decode Talker. So with Honeybot counting as 2 link materials, you can send it and Link Slayer to the graveyard to link summon Decode Talker.
Alright, my turn.
Pendulum zones have also been moved in the new dual field.
Here, okay, just don't forget the ones with green
The
tabs.
pendulum zones are now integrated into the leftmost and rightmost spell and trap zones.
Tabs or whatever, don't forget.
Special sovereign.
You can still
Come
only
on,
have a
Link.
maximum of
I'm
5 cards in your
gonna
spell
let
and
that
trap
happen.
zone.
Hey, wait, I need to look at the...
So don't forget that if you're planning to pendulum summon.
Hold on.
These are all the major changes
I'm
to
gonna
the
focus
official
on these
rules of the
I'm just
Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading
doing what I
Card
can to
Game.
defend.
Now that you know what's new and
Decode Talker.
it's time to duel.
Really?
If you wanted to. If you have 3 effect monsters, you can. I don't know if face down counts though, but.
I don't think it is.
The Yu-Gi-Oh!
Do
Trading
one more
Card Game is
effect,
always changing to make
You
your
want to do
rules
it?
the best they
Read the
can be.
effect and see if.
Here's what's changing as we enter the
It's
next
500 attack
era
for
of
each monster
Yu-Gi-Oh!
points too. So it'll gain 500 from
There are 2 major
no,
changes you should know about. First, the layout of the dual field is changing, and second, there are new monsters called Link monsters. First,
No, but I gotta
let's take a look at the new and improved dual
What?
field.
For Decode Talker?
Yes.
Reset.
Down here is
Yeah, you
the
need-
level it has to be.
Yeah, that's just the materials
The
you
biggest
need.
change is
You need
the
3
extra
materials.
monster
So you
zones,
have.
which are the 2 new zones
You
in
have
the
3.
center of the map. Monsters that are special summoned
Yeah.
from the
I mean,
extra
if
deck
that
are
face down
summoned
one's
to
an
these zones.
effect monster.
If both extra monster
There's
zones
2
are
or more
empty,
effect
you get to
monsters.
choose which one you want to use when you
But it
special
goes down
summon from
versus
your
length.
extra deck. So if
Yeah, you need
special
3.
summon a
3
fusion,
Why it says that is because Link monsters like Honeybot,
you summon it in the
it has 2 links.
Yeah.
This could be used as
you
2
are only allowed to use
materials.
one of the extra monster zones.
Yeah, Link monsters can be used as multiple materials. So if you get Honeybot, you can use Honeybot and 1 effect monster to use Decode
There's
Talker.
a new kind of monster that can let you
Otherwise, you have to
summon
use 3
monsters from your
normal
extra
like
deck
effect
to your
monsters.
main monster zones. And
Probably should do that now because I can probably kill it.
Link monsters.
Spider.
I wasn't there.
No, you can do it. You can do it actually.
Link monsters? Link monsters start the duel in your
Link Spider.
The red arrows are called
Once
link
per turn, I can special summon 1 level 4 lower monster from my hand.
Special effects.
This zone.
Cards and zones. They're link
Zone of points too.
Oh, yeah. He goes to another show.
But he does have like 2600 attack.
They also don't
Oh,
have
yeah,
defense
because
points and can
that
never be
that
in
also
defense
counts as
position
monster.
or face.
Yeah,
Let's
but you
see
can
a
attack
link
this and his
monster
attack
in
will go
action.
down.
Normally, if you already have a monster in your extra
How much do you have?
you wouldn't be
1400.
able to special summon any more monsters from your
What type
extra
of
deck.
brush for them?
But if you have a link monster, you can special summon monsters from your extra deck to your
Yeah,
main
14.
monster zone that its link arrows point to.
700.
If you special summon another link monster to one of the main monster zones that a link arrow points to, you can unlock even more zones to special summon more extra deck monsters.
And he's back at
Hey, 1800.
Monsters will help you to summon many powerful
You only have
monsters and defeat your opponent. Summoning a link link monster from your extra deck is called a link summon. Link summons sends face-up monsters from your field to the graveyard as link material to summon a link monster from the extra deck.
Cash 10,000.
That's 300 I took just now.
Each link monster has a link rating that tells you how many
At
link materials you need to send to the graveyard to link summon.
No, attack.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
300.
Each link monster tells you
Oh,
what
the
kind of
tape looks so
monster
good.
you need to use as the link material. You can only use monsters that meet the specifications. Decode Talker is a Link 3 monster, so it requires 3 link materials. It also says you need to use 2 plus effect monsters to summon.
there.
That means
know what
that
that
all of the
is.
monsters you use as link materials must be effect monsters. And even if you use monsters that count as more than 1 link material, you can never send fewer than 2 monsters to the
Decode
graveyard
Talker?
to link summon
Yeah.
Decode Talker. Now,
3
let's
effect
try
monsters.
link summoning Decode Talker.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that.
If you use a link monster as a link material, you
Yeah,
can choose to count it as
Just be,
more than 1 link material.
I can use the zone it points to as
Rating is set at 1
so
when
an
you're
extra
counting up your link material.
special summon something.
Is
Let's
your
say you have
raid?
Honeybot and Link
Yeah,
Summon on
it
your
does.
field, and you want the Link Summon Decode Talker. Honeybot is a Link 2 monster, so you can count it as 2 link materials. That means you only need 1 more effect monster.
Can you put it on the east side?
3 link materials
I'm activating
to Link
torrential
Summon
tribute.
Decode
Okay.
Talker. So with Honeybot
No biggie.
counting as 2 link materials, you can send
Yeah,
each
now I just had a
link
link.
player to the graveyard to Link Summon Decode Talker.
That's worth like.
The pendulum zones have also been moved in the new
It's hard.
reveal.
The heck,
The
he has
pendulum
to be
zones are
part
now
of the
integrated into the left
Yeah.
side
If you
and
special
right
summon
mode
one
spell and
extra
trap
deck
zones.
monster from the graveyard, it doesn't go into the extra monster zone.
You
It
can
goes
still
into
only
the
have a
main monster
maximum
zone.
of 5 cards in your spell and trap
Right.
zones.
Alright, my turn.
So I didn't
So
put him
don't
in the right
forget
way.
that if you're
No,
playing
you did.
the
You
pendulum
put them in
zone.
any zone you wanted to.
Okay.
It doesn't really matter in this situation.
These are all the major changes to the official rules of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game. Now that you know what's new and different,
Your move.
it's time to duel.
See.
I
God.
got a that. Oh, do you have a draft?
Oh, only have 2 left.
Yeah. Are you trading this or customization?
It's funny how this is the only time
The Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game is always changing to make your duels the best they can be. Here's what's changing as we enter the next era of
What should we
Yu-Gi-Oh!
learn now? That's how normal summon
2
is.
major changes you should know about.
That
Layout of the
that
duel
comes
field is
1900.
changing. And
Yeah.
second, there are new monsters called Link Monsters. First, let's take a look at the new and improved duel field. Here it is. The biggest change
I'll
is
tag
the
for
extra
1900.
monster zones, which are the 2 new zones in the center of the map. Monsters that are special summoned from the extra deck are summoned to these zones. If both extra monster zones are empty, you get to choose which one you want to use when you special summon from your extra deck. So if you special summon a Fusion, Synchro, Exceed, or Pendulum monster from your extra deck, you summon it in the extra monster zone. Normally, you are only allowed to use one of the extra monster zones at a time, but that doesn't mean you can only control one monster that you special summon from the
What does he
extra
do?
deck. There's a new kind of
Other than
monster that
saying
can let you
once
special
per
summon
time,
monsters
you
from your
start 2
extra
cards,
deck to your main
and
monster
target
zone.
is that
They're
means throwing
called
traps in the field.
Link
No, you have
monsters.
to. Up to 2 cards or 2
What are
cards?
Link monsters?
It
Link monsters
says
start the
that
duel in your extra
many
deck.
throwing
The
traps.
red arrows are called Link
No,
arrows.
so it could be up to 2.
Link monsters apply special
Do that?
effects to the cards and zones their Link arrows point to.
Blah, blah, blah.
How much do I take?
Link monsters have no level or rank.
God, this is much
They
slower.
also don't have defense
It's
points
slower
and
because
can never be in defense position or face down. Let's see a
Alright.
Link monster in action.
Yeah. My turn.
Yes, it is.
Normally, if you already have a monster in your extra monster zone, you wouldn't be able to special summon any more monsters from your extra deck.
Oh, my hand
But
sucks.
if you have a Link monster, you can special summon monsters from your
2100?
extra deck to your main monster zones that its Link arrows point to. If you special summon another Link monster to one of the main monster zones that a Link arrow points to, you can unlock even more zones
These don't
to
help
special
me at all.
summon more extra deck monsters. Using Link monsters will help you to summon many powerful boss monsters
my turn.
and defeat your opponent. Summoning a Link monster from your extra deck is called a Link summon. Link summons send face-up monsters from your field to the graveyard as Link material to summon a Link monster from the extra deck.
I would be nice.
Each Link monster has a Link rating that tells you how many Link materials you need to send to the graveyard to Link summon.
I would be a nice guy. And I hope you guys should get a
Each
chance
Link
to
monster tells you what kind of monsters you need to use as the Link material.
And no, it's
You
not
can only use monsters that meet the specifications. Decode Talker is a Link 3 monster.
I'll take the
It
bait.
requires 3 Link materials. It also says you need to use 2+ effect monsters to summon. That means that all of the monsters you use as Link materials must be effect monsters. And even if you use monsters that count as more
not gonna use
than
this
one
effect.
Link material,
I'm just gonna
you
attack.
can never send fewer than 2 monsters to the graveyard to Link summon Decode Talker. Now,
Alright, you
let's
go.
try Link summoning Decode Talker.
This is so slow, it's funny.
If you use a Link monster as a Link material, you
my.
can choose to count it as more than one Link
Anytime,
material. If you do,
anytime.
use its Link rating instead of
That's
1
pretty
when
good.
you're counting
A
up
lot
your
of good
Link
ones in
materials.
Back to the extra if you can't get a hand.
Let's say you have Honeybot and Link Slayer on your field, and you want to Link summon Decode Talker. Honeybot is a Link 2 monster, so you can count it as 2 Link materials. That means you only need 1 more effect monster to reach the 3 Link materials required to Link summon Decode Talker. So with Honeybot counting as 2 Link materials, you can send it and Link Slayer to the graveyard to Link summon Decode Talker. The Pendulum Zones have also been moved in the new dual
Yeah,
field.
that's it. I want to do with
That's all
that.
you got.
The Pendulum Zones are now integrated into the leftmost
No,
and
that's
rightmost
four.
One more.
You can still only have a maximum of 5 cards in your spell and trap deck.
I feel like part of that myself.
So don't forget that if you're planning to Pendulum summon.
Better than
These
going,
are all the
well,
major changes
don't
to
buy
the official
professional.
rules of the
Who's,
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Final
trading
Fantasy.
card game.
5 monsters.
Now that you
But
know
who likes
what's
to
new and
draw two?
different, it's time to
No,
duel.
one off with him. Nothing.
You still have a torrential tribute
The
somewhere.
Yu-Gi-Oh! trading card game is always changing to make your duels the best they can be. Here's what's changing as we enter the next era of Yu-Gi-Oh!
Zordon Universe?
There are 3 major changes you should know about. First,
Somewhat.
the layout of the duel field is changing, and second, there are new
I'm gonna
monsters.
book on it.
First, let's take a look at the new and improved duel field. Here it is. The biggest change is the extra monster zones, which are the 2 new zones in the center of the map. Monsters that are special summoned from the extra deck are summoned to these zones. If both extra monster zones are empty, you get to choose which one you want to use.
You can distribute one monster to target one Cyberus monster in your graveyard
So
to
if you
special summon
special
it.
summon a
You
fusion,
can only use this effect once per turn.
Exceed,
Cyber.
or pendulum
Tribute this,
monster from
special
your
summon a
extra deck.
Cyberus
You
monster from
summon
the
it
graveyard.
in the extra monster zone. Normally,
It's an
you
effect.
are only allowed
This is
to
a
use
Cyberus
one
type.
of the extra monster zones at a time. But
You want me
that
to do
doesn't
this?
mean you can only control
I
one
have no
monster that
idea
you
what you're
special
doing.
summon from the
I'm
extra
special
deck.
summon a Cyberus
There's a
monster.
new kind of monster that can let you
Oh,
special
okay,
summon
maybe
monsters
just
from your
make
extra
one.
deck to your main monster zone. And they're called
Yeah, Cyberus type. I'm gonna use this effect. No, I can't use that effect. Never mind.
what are Link monsters?
That's only when it's normal summon.
Link monsters start the duel in your extra deck.
Um,
The red arrows are
I'm
called
gonna
Link arrows.
activate.
Link monsters apply special effects to the cards and zones their Link arrows point to. Link
And I'm
monsters
gonna
have no level or
link
rank.
summon.
They also don't have defense points and can never be in defense position or face down. Let's see a Link monster in action.
I got a surprise for you.
What do you got, Torrential?
Normally, if you already have a monster in your
Does that mean I can't do it?
zone,
You can't
you wouldn't be able to
summon
special summon any more monsters from your extra deck.
Okay.
At
But
least
if you
I
have a
put
Link
red on.
monster, you can special summon monsters from your extra deck to your main monster zones that its Link
I
arrows
go to main
point
phase 2
to.
and flip them up.
If you special summon
I'll
another
just
Link
assume you
monster
do that in
to
your
one of the
main phase
main
too.
monster zones that a Link arrow
Just
points
a
to,
special summon, but
you can unlock
I
even more
don't
zones
think you
to
can
special
do
summon
another
more
time.
extra
I'm
deck
not sure.
monsters.
yeah,
Using
I'll
Link
just say you
monsters
did
will
main
help you
phase
to
2.
summon many powerful boss
But
monsters.
I'll use it to attack that. No. It's like
Summoning
this.
a Link monster from your extra deck is called a Link summon. Link summon sends face-up monsters from your field to the graveyard as Link materials to summon a Link monster from the
And
extra
on
deck.
my turn.
Okay. Well, I have point guard touching. What
Each
the
Link monster has a Link rating
I know.
that tells you how many Link
Would've been
materials
20
you
minutes.
need to send to the graveyard to Link summon. Each Link monster tells you what kind of monsters you need to
I
use
don't
as
think
the
I
Link
can't use them. I
material.
don't think.
You
I
can
don't
only
think.
use monsters that meet the
Not a
specifications.
single one.
Decode Talker is a Link 3 monster, so it requires 3 Link materials. It also says you need to use 2+ effect monsters to summon. That means that all of the monsters you use as Link materials must be effect monsters. And even if you use monsters that count as more than 1 Link material, you can never send fewer than 2 monsters to the graveyard to Link summon Decode Talker.
Trade.
Cancel out.
Now,
Trade.
let's try Link summoning Decode Talker.
Mark.
Remove.
If you use a Link monster as a Link material, you can choose to count it as more than 1 Link material. If you do, use its Link rating instead of 1 when you're counting up your Link materials.
Right. Oh man. Now I can't do anything.
Let's say you have Honeybot and Link Slayer on
my
your
turn.
field, and you want to Link summon Decode Talker.
I
Honeybot is
always
a Link
think
2
of the
monster,
card,
so you can count it as 2 Link
especially when
materials.
someone uses
That
it
means you
against
only need
What is
1
it?
more effect monster to reach the 3 Link materials required to Link summon Decode Talker.
I'll go ahead
So
and
with
get that
Honeybot
thing.
I'm gonna activate my trap
counting 2
card.
Link materials,
Ring of
you
Destruction.
can send it and Link Slayer to the graveyard
Yep.
to Link summon
We're going to take
Decode
8
Talker.
turns.
I didn't see. Yep.
The
I'll
pendulum
see
zones
18.
have also been moved in the new dual field. The pendulum zones
Well, I
are
guess
now
I like
integrated
down
into
some.
the leftmost and rightmost spell and trap zones.
Alright. My turn.
You can still only have a maximum of 5 cards in your spell and trap zones.
No, just remove.
So don't forget that if you're planning to pendulum summon.
God, I can't do much.
These are all the
I know,
major
we
changes
hate
to
to
the
touch
official
the deck for
rules
now,
of the
though.
I'm
Yu-Gi-Oh!
attacked for
Trading
1,000.
Card Game. Now that you know what's new and
I'm
different,
doing it anyway.
it's time to duel.
I can get in the mix.
Alright.
Protect 5 points, and that allows you to search.
Second damage.
Yep. What do I search? 1500?
1500.
Any card?
The Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading Card Game is always changing to make your duels the best they can be.
Good.
Only
Here's
thing
what's
is,
changing
you
as
can
we enter the next
replay
era of
every game you
Yu-Gi-Oh!
can use protect twice per turn. If you only do
There
use
are
one
2
thing,
major
then-
changes you should know about. First, the layout of the
And
duel
or
field is
maybe-
changing, and second, there are new monsters called Link
I'm
monsters.
not sure, but it's probably two of them.
Let's take a look at the new and improved duel field.
Card,
Card D. God, I feel like I'm running out of cards already.
Here it is.
My deck's
The
pretty
biggest
small.
change is the extra monster zones,
Alright,
which are the
well,
2
it's
new
your
zones
turn.
in the center of the map. Monsters that are special summoned from the extra deck are summoned to these zones.
Remove.
If both
Oh my
extra
gosh,
monster
really?
zones are
Yeah.
empty, you get to choose
Okay,
which one you want to use when you special summon from your extra deck. So if you special summon a fusion,
Special this card from my hand because I control no monsters.
or pendulum monster
Discard
from your
2
extra
cards,
deck,
then target
you summon
that many
it in
spell
the
check
extra
destroy them,
monster
still destroy them.
zone. Normally, you're only allowed to use one of the extra monster zones at a time.
I'm gonna
But
discard,
that doesn't mean you can only
Cyber
control
Dragon,
one
destroy
monster
that.
that you special
Down
summon
card.
from the extra deck.
Nice.
There's a new kind of monster that can let you
Um,
special summon monsters from your extra deck to your main monster zone.
Normal
And they're
summon
called
card D.
Mm-hmm.
Link
You main
monsters.
phase 1, if this card is normal summon, you contribute this card, draw 2 cards.
What are Link
Then it
monsters?
becomes the end phase.
Link monsters start the duel in your extra deck.
That card is
The red
so
arrows are called
good.
Link arrows.
And a lot of
Link
other
monsters
decks.
apply special effects.
Oh, man, but I can't attack if I do that,
Their
right?
Link arrows point to.
But then Max came on and said screw card
Link
cards.
monsters have no level
I'm gonna use
or
this
rank.
Okay.
They also don't have defense points and can never be in
cards.
defense position or face down.
Card
Let's see a
advantage.
Link
Alright.
monster in action. Normally, if you already have a monster in your extra monster zone, you wouldn't be able to special summon any more monsters from your extra deck. But if you have a Link monster, you can special summon monsters from your extra deck to your main monster zone
Normal summon
that
this.
its Link arrows point to. If you special summon another Link monster to one of the main monster zones that a Link arrow points to, you can unlock even more zones
I
to
need these
special
spell cards
summon
though.
more
I guess
extra
I'll
deck
do it.
monsters.
Is it in the battlefield? No.
Using Link monsters will
So
help
it's 5.
you summon many powerful
Add
deck
1 to my hand.
monsters and
1,
defeat your opponent.
2, 3,
Summoning a Link monster
4,
from your extra deck is
5.
called a
So
Link
you
summon.
choose one star crack.
Link
Into
summon
your hand
sends
with
face-up
the
monsters from your
Oh
field
my
to the
God.
graveyard as Link
That's why I
materials
said you can
to
hit
Just
summon
make
a
it
Link
fiendish.
monster from the extra deck.
And I'm going to probably set it.
Each Link monster has a Link rating that tells you how many Link materials you need
I'll
to
attack
send
your
to the
face down.
graveyard to Link
Okay.
summon.
Rachel,
Oh my god, Rage.
pop it.
Each
And
Link
I will-
monster tells you what kind of monsters you need to use
Pop
with
any
the
card.
Link
What is it?
materials. You can only use
It's in the order.
monsters that meet the
So what was the
specifications.
first step say?
Oh, 3. It says 3.
Decode Talker is a Link 3 monster, so it requires
Mill 3 is
3
on top
Link
one.
materials. It also says you need to use 2+ effect monsters to summon it.
Alright.
That means that all of the monsters you use as Link materials
Yeah,
must
oh,
be
yeah,
effect monsters.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
even
yeah,
if you
sure,
use
sure.
monsters that count as more than one Link material, you can never send fewer than 2 monsters to the graveyard to Link summon Decode Talker.
Another card.
Now, let's try Link summoning Decode Talker.
Set a card. I'll attack for 200.
Oh,
Torrential.
finish.
Okay.
If you use a Link monster as a Link material, you can choose to count it as more than one Link material.
You can't attack and
Use its Link rating instead of 1 when you're counting up your Link
my turn.
materials.
I'm
Let's say
treating
you
this
have
like a
Honeybot and
old
Link
school
Slayer
deck.
on your field, and you want to
Yeah,
summon
that's how it
Decode.
feels.
Honeybot is a Link 2 monster, so you can count it as 2 Link materials. That means you
That's all?
only need 1 more effect monster to reach the 3 Link materials required to Link summon Decode Talker. So with Honeybot counting as 2 Link materials, you can
I'm going
send it and
to,
Link Slayer to the graveyard to Link summon
what is that
Decode
face down
Talker.
card though?
Pendulum zones have also been moved in the new dual field.
I'm gonna get rid
It's
of.
nothing anymore.
The pendulum zones are now integrated into the leftmost and
gonna
rightmost
normal
spell
summon.
trap zones.
Okay.
You can still only have a
No, 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 no,
maximum
no,
of
no,
5
no, no,
cards in your spell
No, 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 no. Let me see what this.
Yeah, finish you right.
So don't forget to have you planning to pendulum.
Never mind. I'm not gonna do that.
These are all the major changes
see
to
that,
the
though.
official rules of the
I'll pretend
Yu-Gi-Oh!
that.
trading card game. Now that you know what's new and different,
Okay, I guess
it's time to duel.
Nah, that was my turn.
Thank God.
12 minutes left, and we're still on the first duel.
Yeah.
This is hilarious.
The Yu-Gi-Oh! trading card game is always changing to make your duels the best they can
I don't
be.
care when I'm
Here's what's changing as we enter the next era of Yu-Gi-Oh!
You're not.
Hard to learn when you can't get any.
There are 2 major changes you should know about. First, the layout of the duel field is changing, and second, there are new monsters called Link monsters. First,
I'm starting
let's
to kind
take
of
a
like
look at the
this.
new and improved
Link?
duel field.
No, the deck in general.
Oh, I my turn.
Okay. Well,
Here it is. The biggest change is the extra monster zones, which are the 2 new zones in the center of the map. Monsters that are special summoned from the extra deck are summoned to these zones. If both extra monster zones are empty, you get to choose which one you want to use when you special summon from your extra deck.
I'm
So
gonna
if you special summon a Fusion, Synchro, Exceed, or Pendulum monster from your extra deck, You summon it in the extra monster zone. Normally, you are only allowed to use one of the extra
Chain on
monster
this?
zones at a time.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean you can
That's
only
just
control
weird to
one
me.
You use it on your own card?
special summons from the extra deck.
Oh
There's
man,
some new card
that's
monsters that can let you special summon
That's
monsters from your
good.
extra deck to your main
That's
monster
good.
zone. And they're called Link Monsters.
Should I do that?
I could use it on my Link Slayer.
What are Link Monsters?
Because I actually use it as
Link
material.
Monsters start the duel when
You added 2,000 for me.
Ah.
Link Monsters apply special effects to the cards and zones their Link arrows point to.
Yeah, do two now.
There we go. That's right.
Link monsters have no level or rank. They also don't have
Alright,
defense
my
points
turn,
and
your
can
turn.
never be in defense position
my turn.
or face down. Let's see a
I
Link
hate that
monster
crap.
in action.
Oh well.
Monster
Normally, if
reincarnation.
you already have a monster in your
Um,
extra zone, you wouldn't be able to special summon any more monsters from your extra deck. But if you have a Link monster, you can special summon monsters from your extra deck to your main monster
Any
zone
monster
that
here?
its Link arrows point to. If you special summon another Link monster to one of the main monster zones that a Link arrow points to, you can unlock even more zones to special summon more extra deck monsters.
Let me get Dragonet.
Using Link
I don't even know
monsters
if I can
will
use
help
them, but I'm
you
gonna
to
try to
summon
use
many
them.
powerful boss monsters and defeat
I'm
your
gonna normal
opponent.
summon them.
No.
Summoning
Use
a
an
Link
effect.
monster from your extra
Put
deck
some one level
is
2 or
called
lower
Link
from your hand,
Link
deck,
summon sends
or deck
face-up
into
monsters
position.
from your field to the graveyard as Link
Normal monster. I
material.
probably can't even use
Summon
it,
a
but
Link monster from the extra deck.
nope, can't use it.
Each Link monster has a Link rating
Well,
that
I'm
tells
gonna-
you how
I'm
many
gonna
Link
summon.
materials you need to send to the graveyard to Link summon.
This is real quick. Activate this actually. So your 5 cards in graveyard.
Each Link monster
Shuffle all
tells you
5
what
into the
kind
deck
of
and
monsters
draw.
you need to use
I
as the
activate
Link
this before I
material.
do this.
You can
Okay,
only use
actually.
monsters that meet the specifications.
Shuffle all 5 into the deck.
Decode Talker is a Link remake, so it requires 3 Link materials. It also says you need to use 2 plus monsters to
The only
summon.
thing I can.
That means that all of the monsters you use as Link material must be effect monsters.
I
And
shuffle
even
and
if
draw
you use
one.
monsters that count as more than 1 Link material, you can never send fewer than
That
2
doesn't have to
monsters
be
to the
just
graveyard
monsters.
to Link summon Decode Talker.
Yeah, but I need
Now,
monsters.
let's try Link summoning Decode Talker.
I'm gonna use this effect.
Okay.
If you use a Link monster as a Link
normal
material,
summon, special
you
summon.
can
I don't
choose
think
to
I
count
can.
it as
Oh, I
more
can.
than 1 Link
Special
material.
summon.
If you do, use its Link rating instead of 1 when you're counting up your Link materials.
Darn.
Let's say you have
Alright,
Honeybot
win.
and Link Slayer on your field, and you want the Link summon Decode
I
Talker.
still can't.
Honeybot
I
is a
still
Link
can't
2
get
monster,
this
so you can
card
count
off.
it as 2 Link materials. That means
Could
you
use this
only
card off,
need
but it
1
doesn't
more
really help.
effect monster to reach the 3 Link materials required to Link summon Decode Talker.
Attack for
So with Honeybot
1,500
counting as 2
and
Link
1,000.
materials,
That'll
you can
save.
send it
Ah,
and Link Slayer
okay.
to the graveyard to Link
You're
summon
good.
Decode Talker.
You're lucky.
I've been holding that for 4 times.
Yeah, I've been having
Pendulum
mine
zones
for 4
have also
turns.
been moved in the new dual field.
No.
The pendulum
my
zones
deck's
are
upside
now
down. Let me
integrated into
fix
the
that.
leftmost and rightmost spell and
My bad.
trap zones.
You're good.
You can still only have a maximum of 5 cards in your spell and trap zones.
Thanks.
So don't forget that if you're planning to pendulum summon.
A normal summon.
These are all the major changes
now I'm
to the
gonna Link
official
summon.
rules of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading Card Game.
Torrential.
Now that you know what's new and different, it's time to duel.
I'm checking this
Alright, so he gains 500 for each card at in his zone.
The Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading
500
Card Game
right
is
now.
always changing to make
And I'm
your
going
duels the
to,
best they can be. Here's what's changing as we enter the next era of Yu-Gi-Oh! There are 2 major changes you should know about. First, the layout of the
guess I
duel
will,
field is changing, and second, there are new
attack.
monsters called Link monsters. First, let's
Attack
take a look
for
at the
20,
new and improved
28.
duel field.
28.
Here it is. The biggest change is the extra monster zones, which are the 2 new zones in the center of the map. Monsters that are special summoned from the extra deck are summoned to these zones.
second ability.
If both extra
Yeah,
monster zones
that's the
are
game.
in, you get to
First
choose which
game.
one you want
Negate
to
the
use
activation.
when you
Contribute
summon
this
from
card
your
points
extra
to.
deck. So if you special summon a
What were you gonna do?
Synchro, Exceed, or
Both.
Pendulum
Oh,
monster
yeah,
from your
that
extra
doesn't
deck,
tell you.
you summon it in the
Let's
extra
go back.
monster zone. Normally,
Yeah,
you
okay.
One
only
duel
use
over,
one
one
of
more,
the extra
yeah.
monster zones at a
Oh,
time.
we have 5 minutes
But
for
that
the
doesn't
second
mean
duel.
you can only control one monster that you special summon from the extra deck.
I was
There's
using
a
it
new
as a
kind of
decoy.
monster that can let you special
was,
summon monsters from
interesting.
your extra deck to your main
We got one.
monster zone.
We got 2 decode talkers.
They're a bit, it's a bit
Link
slow,
monster.
but it's
What are link monsters?
nice. I like things
Link
to be a bit
monsters start the duel in your extra deck. The
Yep.
red arrows are called link arrows.
Oh, you still have time to draw it.
Apply
There's 5 minutes
special
left.
effects to the cards and zones their link arrows point to. Link monsters have no level or rank. They also don't have
You can choose
defense.
it. I don't want to
Can
cut.
never be in defense position
wanna cut?
or face down. Let's see a link monster in
Here's
action.
a second.
reset button.
Normally, if you already have a monster in your extra monster zone, you wouldn't be able to special summon any more monsters from your extra deck. But if you have a link monster, you can special summon monsters from your extra
wanna
deck
cut?
to your main monster zone that its link arrow points to. If you special summon another link monster from one of the main monster zones that a link arrow points to,
Huh?
you can unlock
cut?
even more zones to special
I
summon
go
more
first?
extra deck monsters.
We have
Using
here.
link monsters will help you to summon many powerful boss monsters and defeat
Almost
your
4
opponents.
minutes in.
Summoning a link monster from your extra deck is called a link summon. Link summon sends
high duality.
face-up monsters from your field to the
So
graveyard.
top 3 cards
Link
deck, add 1
materials
into your hand.
will summon a link
Yeah,
monster
and-
from
Put
the
the deck
extra
back.
What they found doing, even though everybody was new, they didn't put it
Link
on the
monster
card.
has a link rating that tells you how many link materials you need to send to the graveyard to link summon.
I shuffle the rest back in my deck.
Yeah.
Each link monster tells you what kind of monsters you need to use as the link material.
I'm gonna add
You can
this to my
only
hand.
use monsters that meet the specifications. Decode Talker is a Link 3 monster, so it requires 3 link materials.
So hard to play without. So hard to play without sleeves.
Effect monsters to summon. That means that all of the monsters you use as link materials must be effect monsters. And even if you use monsters that count as more than one link material, you can never send fewer than 2 monsters to the
I need to
graveyard.
do
So
sleeves.
Link summon Decode Talker.
I just don't like. I don't like
Link
these
summoning
matte.
Decode Talker.
You know what's funny? I have to look at the dragon and then crack on it.
cut?
If you use a link monster as
That's
a
all I
link
got.
material,
And I usually have
you
about
can
4 or
choose to
5
count it as
seconds
more
later.
than one link material. If you
That's
do,
gonna have to
use
change.
the link rating instead of 1 when you're counting up your link materials.
And my turn.
Let's say you have Honeybot and Link Slayer on your field, and you want the link summon Decode Talker. Honeybot is a Link 2 monster, so you can count it as 2 link
What does
materials.
that do?
That means you only need one
each
more
basic
effect
monster my
monster
opponent
to reach the
controls
3 link
100
materials
cards
required
covered.
to link summon Decode Talker. So with Honeybot counting as 2 link materials,
That doesn't
you
make
can
sense.
send it and Link Slayer
These don't even have levels.
to link summon Decode
What
Talker.
makes you put that in this structure deck?
Special.
Pendulum zones have also been moved to the new dual field.
Bottomless.
Fine.
The pendulum zones are now integrated into the leftmost and rightmost spell and trap zones.
Yellow dragon
Only
again.
have a maximum of 5
What
cards
the
in your
hell?
spell and trap zone.
Venus.
He's down the person.
Oh, I can't do it?
If you're playing
Oh, alright. Yep, never mind.
these are all the major changes to the official rules.
You guys already done? We just started our second
I
one.
know, we started all last like couple minutes ago. I'm on
Attack.
It's time to duel.
who
Oh,
won?
nice one.
Take 1,000.
Did you win or who win?
I won the first one.
Alright, so we're gonna win
Man,
this.
we go back to the first one now.
Game 1 took at least 30 minutes.
Yeah, we just
44
started our,
minutes.
we just
43
started our,
minutes.
we just started our second
The
game.
trading card game is always changing to make your rules the best
My
they can
turn?
be.
Anyone.
Here's what's changing as we enter the next era of Yu-Gi-Oh!
It's such a drag.
My turn?
Our second game lasted like 2 minutes because he has a flail and you know you stand.
Layout of the
We just terraforming?
changing, and second,
All these
there are
got
new
fucking
monsters.
Oh, you don't What's it,
Let's take a look at the
I mean,
new
there's only one.
dual field.
I don't even know what it is.
Here it is. The biggest change is the extra monster zones, which are the two new zones in the center of the map. Monsters that are special summoned from the extra deck are summoned to these zones.
What does this even do?
Extra monster zones are in. You get
All he
to
wants to
choose
do
which
control
one you want to
defense
use
attack once
when
you
you
turn.
special summon from your extra deck.
This is all I
So if
control, so
special
you don't get
summon
to
a
spec.
fusion,
Nope.
synchro,
We both have one of
And you can put one monster card and we'll get a monster with that.
If this card is also destroyed, send all monsters in the extra deck zone to the
one of the
graveyard.
extra monster zones at a
Oh my
time.
god.
But that doesn't mean you can only control one
That'd be good
monster
against
that you
me.
special summon from
my
the
turn.
extra deck.
Are you gonna play
There's
it?
a new kind of monster that can let you special summon monsters from your extra deck to your main monster zone. And they're called
That's good though.
Link monsters.
Hey, I got marshmallows.
Really?
Link monsters?
Come on, we take 300 each.
Start the duel in your
Poor Marshmallow.
The red arrows are called Link arrows.
My cousin never comes here. Hey, all he does is go, marshmallows, and he's like bragging.
Yeah.
Arrows point to.
People love that card.
That card's still
Turn
good.
zero.
You're on turn 0?
Monsters have no level or
Alright.
Fine.
They also don't have defense points and can never be in defense position or face down. Let's see a Link monster in action.
Come on.
Alright, now it's turn one.
Normally, if you already have a monster in your extra monster zone, you wouldn't be able to special summon any more monsters from your extra deck. But
I
if you
guess I'll
have a
just
Link
play this.
monster, you can special summon monsters from your extra deck to your
my
main
turn.
monster zone that its Link arrows point to.
He's
If
only
you
dancing.
special summon another Link
Turn
monster
one.
to one of the main monster zones that a Link arrow points to, you can unlock even more zones
God.
to special
Pop
summon
it.
an
Well,
extra deck monster.
he might win. It's gonna be a
Using
tie.
Link
Yeah,
monsters
change
will help you to
things.
summon many powerful boss
Yeah, I don't think I can
monsters
use it, though.
and defeat your opponent.
Or can I?
The effect still
Summoning a
goes
Link
off.
monster from your extra deck is called a Link
Zero,
summon.
three.
Link summons send face-up monsters from your field to the graveyard as Link material.
Zero,
Summon a Link monster from the extra deck.
Straight, straight, right. And
Each
then
Link
there's,
monster has a Link
yeah,
record that tells you how many Link materials you need to send to the graveyard to Link summon.
My turn?
Not hungry though.
this is turn three,
Each
isn't it?
Link tells you what kind of monsters you need to use
You're
as
0,
the Link
1,
material.
2, and this is 3.
You can only use monsters that meet
The last one's for high,
specifications.
so you actually...
I had my turn.
Decode Trooper is a Link Flame monster.
Yeah,
so it
because you got the
requires
higher stuff.
3 Link materials.
Wow.
It also
Man, that was, I wish we had more turns. I wish we had more time.
That
He's
means
doing
If
it.
you want to, we can finish this, but I was just like, you don't want to finish it?
effect monsters.
Time's up anyway.
If you use monsters
Go ahead,
that count
take
as
down,
one
go
of
ahead,
Link material,
Oh
you
my
can
god, I had
never send
compulsory and
one
speed this.
to the
You
graveyard.
could have still
What
won.
the hell is this doing there?
Yeah, you would have still won, I think.
Summoning Decode Trooper.
Yeah, I had more life, so I just ended my
No
turn.
trap card.
This
Make it
deck
shit
needs
bad.
major modifications now.
If you
Well,
use a Link
that's
monster,
interesting.
Link
That
material,
took forever.
I know. My first one took 43 minutes.
Ours took 35
I'll
minutes.
take one after like 5 minutes. Like,
They were done before we were.
Yeah.
Honeybot and Link Slayer are
I know, the first
Link
both
summon
two started at 7.
Honeybot is a Link
Man, that was...
so you can count it as
This
2
thing's
Link
slower than
materials.
the,
Took 35 minutes for the first...
So did all.
Bad.
Almost 45.
3 Link materials required for Link Summon Decode Card.
That's
So
well,
with Honeybot counting as 2 Link
This is
materials,
last...
you can send it and Link Slayer to the graveyard from Link
it was
Summon.
wrong picking anyone to pick one.
I had more life.
The
I'll take it
power
up there.
zones have also been moved in the new
You
duel
installed
field.
Marshmallow. I
Yeah.
only had it for one turn.
And then we can start to
Integrated into leftmost and rightmost spell and trap zones. You can still only have a maximum of 5 cards in your spell and trap zones. So don't forget that if you're planning to pendulum summon.
Brent
These
is...
are all the major changes to the official rules of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading Card Game. Now that you know what's new and different, it's time to duel.